Take a look, family. You see this behind me? Schoolhouse. For most of us, for the majority of us, this is where our journey began. Schoolhouse. You see, we graduated from here, and then we went out into the world. We took off running. We took off running to go and be all we can be, to see all we could see. You see, I knew what I wanted to be in life. I just didn't know how to go about it. I had no clue. And like many of us, there was no one around who either cared or had any guidance to give us direction. So we simply took off running. Just took off running. Like I said, I know what I wanted to be. I know how I wanted my life to be. I just didn't know how to go about it. So I focused. I simply focused on what it is that I wanted to do, what I wanted to go be, and I took off running. You see, my journey didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And like so many of us in life, it doesn't. You see, I focused, and then my focus became my passion, because I wanted to be what I said that I wanted to be. I wanted my life to be what I wanted it to be. And somewhere along the way in this journey, my passion became an obsession. Yes, my passion became an obsession. I couldn't see anything else. I didn't want to hear anything else. I didn't care about anything but that obsession. And then after a while, I started noticing, paying attention, listening. Those around me, loved ones and friends, they started saying, you know, T, you changed. T, you changed. You know, it starts off like that. You know, we get these subtle little hints, but we don't pay it no mind. You see, we think what they're saying to us is that change in us is for the better. That change is a good thing. But no, you see, the more that I was listening, I started hearing how, T, what's wrong with you? Man, you changed. My tolerance wasn't what it used to be. You see? My understanding wasn't what it used to be. You see? That unbiased, open view, you know, that one always looking for resolution instead of conflict and confrontation. I wasn't the person that I used to be. I was no longer that kind, loving person. No, I became more of that selfish, self-centered, gotta have me person. That's what the obsession did to me. And you see, when you have that tunnel vision, with this all you want to do, this what you want to be, everybody else gets shut out. Everybody else gets shut out. But you see, I was always the kind of person that I always paid attention to the little things. Always. To the little things that everybody don't see. I always hear the little things that everybody don't hear. So the more they kept saying, T, you changed. And it wasn't for the better, it was like more for the worse. Till it got to the point where nobody really cared to be around me. You see, nobody cared to be around me. So after a while, I was like, wow. What is, so, and like so many of us, I looked at it like, hell, it was just them, it wasn't me. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. You know, I gotta keep doing what I gotta do. But then, every time I would look into the mirror, I would hear that little voice inside. You know, that little voice would say, T, you changed. And then I began to look at the reflection. You see, as I looked at more and more at my reflection in the mirror, I didn't see a reflection of a smiling, happy person looking back at me. I didn't see a very kind-hearted, loving individual looking back at me. I didn't no longer see that light that used to glow around me from within me. No, you see, what I began to see was brokenness, sadness. I could hear my soul speak to me in the reflection in the mirror. And one day my soul said to me, "So, T, are you going to allow your obsession to change you from what you was created? Are you going to allow your obsession to steal all of the beautiful things that were instilled in you at birth? Are you going to allow the obsession to run away all of your loved ones?" Well, T, what you going to do? Because you're on the path right now. And so you see, I don't know. See, I'm not like many. I'm not. You see, when there's something wrong with me, when there's something that's not in order, then I know that, okay, it's time. We have to evaluate this. We have to get to the root of what this is and see what the problem is. So every question that I would ask is, okay, so what's wrong, T? How did you get this way? Well, what happened? Every question that I asked, the answer always came back to the root of it all. And the root of it all was obsession. Obsession. You allowed your focus to become a passion. Then you allowed your passion to become an obsession. Now you are simply obsessed with what it is that you are chasing. You are no longer doing it for the fun and for the joy of it all. You've changed. Not for the better. You see, the thing with me is that I was by myself. You see, I didn't have a family. Like so many of you, you know, you have those loved ones, your kids, wives, girlfriends, or whatever. No, I was by myself. So it was a beautiful thing because I knew then, okay, it's time for me to work on me. See, the difference between me and a lot of other people, I'm not special. I'm not. I just don't allow fear to rule me. I don't allow fear to control me. Instead of looking in the mirror and dressing the mirror up, putting on those nice clothes, and then running off pretending like so many of us do, we look in the mirror long enough to dress up the broken reflection, then we go on about our business. No, not me. I've always had this thing about me, this chip on my shoulder, that I will never let nobody and nothing in life change me from what I was created, from what I was put here to be. I will give nothing in this life and no one that pleasure to know that they changed me. So you see, I confronted my reflection. And I did the work. I put in the work. And I did what I had to do to change. Listen, I know this message is for somebody out there, for somebody. Don't allow your obsession to change the good-natured person that you are. Don't allow your obsession to steal the love, the compassion, and the happiness that dwells within you. Because you see, if you allow the obsession to do that, then you have just allowed the world to rob you, to take away what was put in you. That's what you have allowed to happen. You've allowed the world to take away what the Creator put in you. Never let no one change you. When whatever you're trying to accomplish and achieve in this world becomes an obsession, when that obsession begins to change you, it becomes more detrimental than it becomes good. It is time for you to look at the reflection, to put in the shadow work, and to change. You see a lot of wealthy people in the world. The reason why they are by themselves, because they allowed the obsession to make them into what they are. They allowed the obsession to do that. They had loved ones around. They ran them off. They had nice, supportive friends around. They ran them off.